Hello everyone, it's Lucy
Hey.
Hall here, and I am here with this amazing woman. She is a Humaniversity therapist, and for those that don't know the Humaniversity, in my opinion, the Humaniversity is the best personal development school in the world. It's the place that's helped me with overcoming my addiction, my sexual abuse, eating disorders, everything, and it's where a lot of people go to get empowered. And this is one powerful woman that we've got on this show today, and we're going to talk to Yasha Mueller. Welcome, Yasha.
Hi.
Hi. So I would like to just jump straight in because I was working with Yasha in the summer. We were working on the month-long workshop called the WOW at the Humaniversity. And Yasha is running her own workshop in next month in October. And I'm going to be assisting her, and it's for women only. It's called Inner Goddess. So I would love I'd love you to share about that, Yasha, and I'd love you to share about, first of all, who is this workshop aimed at?
It's aimed at any woman who likes to really enjoy being with other women and having a good time. And with having a good time, I mean fun, but also feeling good about ourselves. So it's really for if you're a little bit stuck with how you think about yourself, or if you're a little bit stuck in your life or in your relationship or with your job or with how you look at yourself, and you want some juice in your life, and you want some love in your life, then if you come to this weekend, I really want to create a space where we can all give that to each other. We can, we can create a space where you can find out who you want to be and make it happen.
Fantastic. So what kind of things are you going to be doing in the workshop?
Well, part of it will be we work with our feelings, because our feelings are very important. Without knowing what we feel, how do we know what we want and what we need? So part of the workshop will be working with emotions, both in talking about it, but also in expressing it and going fully into it. Also using our body to feel who we are, to express ourselves, and to get into our power. Also part of it will be to be playful, to be creative, to come in touch with that source that we have inside, where we're full of ideas and full of inspiration, but often we don't listen so much to it because we think we have to do it right or we have to do it this way. But actually, there's all this amazing variety inside of us that wants to come out, and there will also be space for that. So lots of dancing and playing and having fun together. And I also want to create a space where we can sincerely share about our experiences, how it is for us as a woman, or as having to live up to being a woman, or not wanting to be a woman, or really wanting to be our kind of woman. We can talk about what does it mean for a woman to be sensual, to be sexual, to be strong, or to be selfish, like that we can exchange and listen to each other and learn from each other. And also sometimes, in the world these days, you think you have to be tough to be successful. But what about other ways of being? What about appreciating your vulnerable side, your soft side, and make that part of who you are and part of your strength? And so I want to create that space where we can inspire each other. And also share your talents. There will be some space where everybody gets to do something, to share something, to bring their inner goddess out onto the stage.
Oh, I love that.
Shine.
So it's going to be fun. There's going to be there's going to be emotional work. There's going to be fun. There's going to be sisterhood. There's going to be connection. Yeah. There's going to be like playfulness. I love that. And you mentioned about power.
Yeah.
How long have you been a therapist at the Humaniversity?
I mean, I've been living here now for 7 years, and I started as very innocent, not knowing very much, being very adapted to how I think society wants me. And then I started the training. And so I don't think there was ever a point where I said, okay, now I'm a therapist. But basically, even now I'm still growing and learning. But I've been working now with people since more than 5 years,
5 years.
and been accompanying them.
Mm.
And whenever I am in a group, either participating or assisting or leading, it's always, I learn so much because I get to see and feel and experience people.
Mm.
And that's part of the reason why I live here at the Human University and do what I do, because I find it so rewarding to do that.
I mean, I'm passionate about helping women become more powerful and feel more empowered. In those 5 years of working with people and working with women in particular, what do you feel what are the kind of main issues that they bring to workshops? What's the main thing you help them with over those years, have you seen?
I think, allowing their power is always the first step for a lot of women, because we often grow up, I grew up being told that I'm too much, I'm too loud, I'm too strong, I need to take it a little bit easy, be a little bit more modest. But that's not who I am. I am.
No, it's not.
I am flamboyant. I'm not measured. But I needed to find ways, how to express myself that was also okay for others, but also okay for me. And but in the first place, many women are even scared to say stop or no, or to feel angry is difficult, because often we learn it's okay to cry for women, but not to be angry. For men, it's the opposite. And then what I can help people with is really, first of all, coming back in contact with, what do you feel? Your true feelings, not the ones that you learn to display, or the ones that you eat away when you eat lots of chocolate, or the ones that you gossip away when you just talk for hours with your friends, but actually you don't dare to say what is really going on, or what you really think, or what you really feel. So getting in contact with what you really feel. And then that's the key to knowing what you want, and then having the courage to pursue that. And I think that's what we really important stepping stones that we can go on that.
I was talking the other day to someone, and I was remembering one Christmas, I think when I was 7 or 8, I got this doll. It's called a Tiny Tears. And this doll, it peed itself and it cried, and you had to feed it. And I remember looking at this doll and looking at my mum and thinking, Mum, you're crazy giving me this doll. And then over in the other corner, I was looking at my brothers, and they had a chemistry set and all these things where they could, explore and build things and create things. And it was like, I had to look after this doll that cried and peed itself. I was like, ooh. And I think that as women, we're kind of conditioned to, think about others, and it's quite hard for us to go, okay, well, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want to create in life? And how has that been for you, being at the Humaniversity and looking at what you want and creating it?
Yeah, for me, it's been interesting because, as I said, I always felt like I always had my opinions, and I was always quite, I didn't hold too much back with saying them, but what I did is I waited for permission. I waited for permission to go for what I wanted. I waited for permission to make myself happy. It was like I felt strong, but at the same time I acted like a victim. I felt like, well, I'm saying what I want, but nobody's giving it to me. So what can I do? The world is like that. So I was behaving a little bit like, if people don't agree with what I want, I cannot get it, or I have to really fight really hard for it. But that's not real strength. So I had to. For me, it was quite a journey to actually to find out that I'm actually not being honest about what I want. I tell you what I want you to do. I'm being bossy, but I'm not telling you what is it that I would like, or what I feel. And it's there's a subtle difference, but I didn't even realize that at the beginning. Because caring is wonderful if it's coming from within, to take care of somebody. I love it, and it can be very nourishing. But if I feel that's the only option I have to please, I have to take my own needs back, and then I sit there and I'm being resentful, that's making nobody happy. So if I take care in a way that's good for me, and if I can be in my power, that's in a way that's good for me, and that includes everybody around me, without having to be better than, without having to compete with others about it. Then I can start to be happy and to have healthy relationships with the people around me.
I think that's such a great point, because we are brought up to, you use the word pleaser, and a lot of women, it's our conditioning, we're brought up to please and kind of put our needs to the side. How are you going to teach women in your workshop to be able to give themselves permission?
By actually doing exactly that. As I was saying before, like often we don't even realize that is us who don't give ourselves permission in the first place. We think it's not possible because everybody else is saying no, but it's us who are stopping ourselves. So I want that everybody makes the experience to get into that power where you allow yourself to say, yes, I want that. And also, no, I don't want that. And we're going to do it in playful ways, but also, serious. Like one thing that I want to do is do a little bit of martial arts. So you get to also feel it in your body. When you really stand up for what you want, how does that feel in every cell of your being? And practicing with each other, just saying yes, saying no, having the courage to share what it is that you really want, for yourself, with your partner, in your sexuality, in your life, from your children, or whatever it is. It's learning to be authentic and honest.
I'm just envisioning a whole room full of women who have given themselves permission.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. So much energy. I love it. You mentioned sexuality. So what kind of sexuality things would you look at in your workshop?
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
I said you mentioned sexuality. So what kind of, how are you going to look at that in your workshop?
A little bit the same with everything else. Like we include everything. We include how do I perceive myself? Like what is my image of myself? What are what is my conditioning? What is my expectations? And then what are my feelings about that? Like do I like that, or do I want to change it? Am I fulfilling myself or not? And we do that with different exercises. Part of it is just talking about it, sharing. Some people, some women, they have girlfriends, but they never talk about actually how they feel about their own sexuality, how they feel about their vagina, about their breasts, about having sex with their partner, or never having sex with their partner and actually wanting to have sex with their partner.
Yeah.
All of these things. And also a big part is how we treat our bodies, how we treat our own sensations and our needs. Do I love my body? Do I give myself permission to actually feel my sexuality, my desire? Or also when it's too much? It's a whole, it's such a big part of identity, sexuality, but we don't give it so much space. So I want to give it some space in this workshop that you can experience it.
That's beautiful, very powerful as well, because it's definitely something that women could talk about much more. Definitely. If some women can't make it to your workshop, or even if they can, what could they start to do now? What kind of things can they do at home to become more powerful, to become more giving themselves permission? What tools could they use at home?
Okay, this people might not like to hear, but stop complaining. Because, I like a good complaint, don't get me wrong, but if you see yourself complaining either out loud, or in your head, it's a lot of energy wasted on perpetuating feeling bad. And if you see yourself complaining, you just take a moment and you ask yourself the question, okay, what is it that I want? Okay, I'm complaining about something that I don't want, but what is it that I want? And then, can I make a step in that direction? Like in any way, like can I, whatever it is, like I'm complaining I don't have time, okay, right now, instead of complaining, can I just take 5 minutes for myself to sit down, put my feet up and just do what I like? Or I'm complaining that, my partner, he never hears me, never listens to me. Okay, can I maybe just ask him to sit down and have 5 minutes honest conversation about what is it that I actually want to talk,
Mm.
So if you see, complaining is giving you power away.
Mm.
Somebody else is in charge of your life. No, you're the master of your life. So what is it that you can do right now to make yourself that little bit happier?
Mm.
That's for me. If I see myself complaining, I know, okay, I need to change a switch.
Yeah. I once heard someone say that underneath every complaint is a desire.
Yes.
And I thought that's a great thing, because it's like, okay, well, what is it I want?
Exactly.
And I remember I got some feedback in a workshop once, because I was complaining about someone, and it was like, okay, there's some jealousy there.
Mm-hmm.
And actually someone said to me, when you feel jealous, it's actually, there's something that they have that you want. So like, get to know that person and see, how did you become this? How do you have that strength, or whatever the quality is? And is that something you're going to look at? Because women can be quite kind of jealous of each other, but they don't actually explore it.
Yeah. It's often when a group of women comes together, what can happen is that the competition, that you don't see, like, how can we support each other, but how can we take each other down,
Yeah.
so you don't look better than I do.
Yeah.
And it's just a fact of life. We all have it in ourselves, that we learned it at some point, but we don't have to give that energy. If you feel jealous, it's maybe because you're insecure. It's maybe because you're missing something. You have a desire for something. And I want that that in this group, that we really learn to support each other with what we need and what we would like. And everybody knows jealousy. It's not that you're bad if you feel jealous, but the question is, okay, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to use it to make the person that you're jealous of your friend, so you can, as you said, learn from them? Or are you going to use it to create an enemy and then feel bad, about that? So jealousy can be wonderful if you use it to actually find out what is it that you desire, and then learn.
Thank you. And whenever I hear people talk about you, the one word that always comes up is powerful. So like, you're one of the most powerful women I know. And I love that you're power, because you're also very playful with it. You have this thing that's like, put you in any situation, you could deal with it. But then you've also got this playfulness about it, which I love. I love that combination. And what's an edge for you to stretch into with your power?
An edge to stretch into?
Yeah, like another kind of step forward, a step out of your comfort zone. What's the kind of next stretch regarding power?
Okay. For me, it's a big thing is to ask for help.
Wow.
Like I am powerful, and I like to be powerful, and I like to feel strong. But there's moments when then I go into warrior mode, and I just shut everything down, and I push through like a tank. But that's not very fulfilling for me. And the next step is to have the courage to say, hey, can you support me? I don't know how to do this, or I don't know what to do right now. What do you think? I need your help. For me, that's kind of the next dimension, to admit that and reach out. And then with that, I create a team, I create friendships, I create a force that's stronger than me just by myself in my little tank that I go to war with. Then it's actually, it becomes stronger, and it becomes more alive, and it becomes also more playful. It's not so serious, I have to, but it's actually, wow, it becomes nourishing.
Beautiful.
But that takes a lot of courage for me, and I have to remind myself. And luckily, I have a lot of friends around me who remind me when they see me in tank mode. So.
Well, it's been great talking to you, and I'm really looking forward to working with you, Yasha. And I think it's like, you're an inspiration. I love the combination. I love your power. I love your vulnerability. I love your courage. I love your playfulness. I love that you have all these different qualities, and you want to use them all to support women to also be free. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Anything else you'd like to share?
No, I mean, I look so much forward to the group, because the more we're talking about it, I get so excited about what we're going to do, and the experiences that we're going to create. And I just know being in a circle of women, and where everybody starts to allow themselves to really come out with who they are, it's always so beautiful and it's so much fun, you know. Having people come out with who they are, I so enjoy facilitating that and also just witnessing that. Um, there's nothing more beautiful for me in the world than to see somebody loving themselves so much that they allow themselves to be themselves. And I love that, and I love working with you for that workshop. I'm very excited to have time to hang out together and enjoy our friendship.
Yeah, thank you so much. So everybody, if you want to come and experience and have the space to be yourself and get support and have sisterhood and really take those steps of exposing yourself, your vulnerability, your sexuality, your playfulness, your courage and everything, really, I really recommend that you come to this workshop. I will put the link below this video. And what are the dates again, Yasha, for the workshop?
It's from the 19th till the 21st of October.
Fantastic.
2018.
Okay. Thank you so much, Yasha. Thank you, everybody. Ciao.
Thank you, Debbie.